Okay, so today we are going to study about mass concrete. What is mass concreting? So mass concreting can be defined as any volume of concrete with dimensions large enough to require measures to be taken to cope up with the generation of heat from hydration of cement and attendant volume change to minimize cracking. Mass concreting techniques is used for massive structures like dams, then large bridge piers, foundations, etc. It's basically a concrete with higher proportion of coarse aggregate and a lesser proportion of cement. So what are the materials for mass concrete? Portland cement, pozzolanas, then aggregate, mixing water and coolant. So these are the material for mass concreting. Temperature effects. So this is an important topic, temperature effects and temperature control. Concrete generate heat during hardening as a result of internal chemical reaction. This heat is called as heat of hydration, and the amount of heat liberated depends on factors like ambient temperature, water cement ratio, etc. So in small structures, the temperature increase due to hydration is dissipated rapidly, but in massive structures, it leads to thermal expansion and cracking. So temperature rise in a mass concrete causes an outward expansion during the early stage of setting, and due to hydration, temperature at the internal region of concrete will be high as compared to that in the outer area. So as a result, the developed stresses which in turn what contribute to cracking. And when the tensile stresses cross the safe strength limit of concrete, cracking occurs. So this is further complicated by shrinkage stress due to loss of moisture from the outer surface of concrete. So most of the heat is generated during the first 7 days. So at this time, concrete gains the strength. Maximum temperature reached in the interior mass is related to the initial placement temperature of the concrete and subsequent temperature rise during hydration. So the temperature rise, it is given by an equation, T is equal to Ch by S. Okay, so T is the temperature, C is the proportion of cement in concrete by weight, H is the heat generated due to hydration of cement, and S is the specific heat of concrete. And at the early stage, heat is generated in concrete at a higher rate than that can be transmitted to the exposed surface. So this results in an internal heat buildup. At the surface, this buildup is less as compared to the interior mass, and interior concrete will ultimately cool to a final temperature. So the final stable temperature of the interior concrete depends on the ambient condition over a period. So that's about temperature effects. Now how to control this temperature? So mainly there are two methods, that is control of maximum temperature of the concrete and artificial cooling of concrete to its final stable temperature. So these are the main two techniques which are intended to avoid buildup of thermal stress. So in general, volume change stresses can be avoided by controlling the temperature drop from maximum to final. Then ordinarily, massy concrete structures are placed in blocks that exercise some restraint on the volume change caused by temperature. The time duration for initial as well as final cooling and rate of temperature drop are largely dependent on the diffusivity of concrete. So diffusivity provides a method for calculating the temperature rise within the block by taking into consideration the losses of heat to the side and exposed top of a lift. Then in placing a bridge construction, block or pier, etc., good use can be made of the diffusivity of concrete by scheduling construction. Since most of the heat is generated within the first 7 days after placement, these 7 days become the critical time for cooling operation. So foundation construction can be scheduled to allow the water curing method to dissipate the heat generated instead of resorting to other expensive cooling methods. Similarly, temperature rise in concrete mass can be controlled by pre-cooling the concrete materials, then limiting the amount of heat liberated and immediate cooling after placement. Cooling the coarse as well as fine aggregate is of greatest benefit since the material composes the bulk of concrete. For maximum benefits, the aggregate should be cooled through and not just on the surface. So that's about the temperature control. So from mass concrete portion, you have to study what are the temperature effects in mass concrete and what are the methods to control it. Okay, so this is an important